Today my husband and I have another wedding to attend, and we're so excited because the groom-to-be, we have watched him grow up from a little boy, and he's just a really good man, and he has found himself a really good bride-to-be, so we're so happy to be part of their celebration. I'm wearing this pretty peach colored dress with lace on top today, so I'm going to be putting on a full face of makeup. As you can hear, I'm already knocking my makeup over. I'm so excited. So please subscribe, like this video, and let's get started. The very first product that we're going to use is the Pixie. This is the under eye color corrector. And I really kind of wanted to do a different take on this Glam Get Ready With Me. Every product that I use today will be from a different brand. And that was actually harder than I thought. I kept kind of wanting to pull some of the same 3 or 4 brands, and I'd go back and look over all of my makeup and I would realize that I had 2 of one brand. And I don't know why I decided to do it this way. I just wanted to really highlight a lot of really good products that can be used. And so I was just determined to get something from each brand that I like into this video today. I used my Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty A506 to put this under eye corrector on. This is one of my favorites, and this is from Pixie. The next brand that I'm going to highlight is Too Faced. This is their 24-hour Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer. I used this for my last wedding when I knew that I was going to be doing some massive dancing on the dance floor. I'm a really heavy sweater. It's humid here in Florida, and so I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but I feel like with what it was up against, it did really a good job. And so I figured I would use it today. Today we're only going to be attending the ceremony and not the reception, so unless my husband decides to dance in the living room, which probably won't happen. We were pretty sore the day after the last reception. We were both walking around looking really weird. So anyway, here's the Too Faced Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer. As you can see, it blended into my upper eyelids very well. Next is a brand new product. This is the new e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I've highlighted this a couple of times here on this channel, and as I explained before, I don't have really dominant pores. I don't feel like either that, or I'm just not really too conscious of them. So I still feel like putting this in the center of the face where the oils typically come through the most is really helpful. I've also watched some videos comparing this to the original Poreless Putty Primer, and they both pretty much look and feel the same. One's just in the little jar and one's in this container. And I watched, who was it, Morgan? Yeah, Morgan Turner. She did a side-by-side, and I thought it was pretty dramatic how much of a difference there was in her pores. So I just put this in the center of my face. The outside of my face, I'm just using my Estee Lauder Day Wear moisturizer with sunscreen. So let's go ahead and use our foundation. Today I'm going to use the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Valerius. And this may be a little bit too dark for me right now, especially because I've been inside a lot lately. But I wanted to use this for the wedding today and see how pictures and all of that turned out using this foundation. I've heard that it's actually really good for photography. So I just wanted to try it out today. This is the all-time favorite foundation of a lot of my favorite YouTubers. I'm going to use the BK 101. You would think after all this time I would know my BK brushes. So this NARS foundation is a medium coverage. In my opinion, It is a soft matte to natural finish, and I'm not really a sponge applicator foundation person. I prefer a brush because I find that a lot of foundations, they just gobble up, or I'm sorry, a lot of sponges gobble up foundation, and I don't want to waste my foundation. So I find a brush application with most foundations is really nice. I chose to use the BK over the Anissa today just because I just want to kind of get this down, get this spread out so that we could move on to the next step. This is going to be a long enough of a video as it is. Very, very blendable, and you'll be able to see how other products go on top of this. So I actually do not think this foundation is too dark for me now that I'm blending it in. It may be a little on the warm side, but that's not a problem. I didn't mention that the eyeshadow palette that I am going to highlight today is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmos palette. I've used this on camera once or twice, and I really, really wanted to use it again. So for concealer, we're going to use Urban Decay, the Quickie Concealer. I've enjoyed my experience with this. The shade is 30 CP. It has this little brush on one side, which I have not used yet. And then you unscrew the top, and the concealer comes right out here in a doe foot. I think that's like a really cool little ingenious way to put a brush on a concealer. And I've mentioned too that this concealer is more the size of a foundation. I think that this is going to last me a very long time. I'm going to use my Anissa concealer brush. I've really enjoyed using my Angie Hot and Flashy to put on my eyeshadow primer, my color corrector, and I've been enjoying my Anissa concealer brush for my concealer. So I'm utilizing both brushes. I heard that Sonia G came out with a new brush. I saw Sophie, I think what is it? Sophie Does Makeup. I saw her review yesterday. She was able to use the Sonia G brush for cream products and powder products. It is intended for cream products like cream blonde bronzers and blushes, but she used it for all of those products, and I know those brushes are super expensive. I don't have any. I'm not going to get any until I feel like I'm a lot more established with doing makeup, and you know, I have the money to invest in that. Let's go right into our Essence Brighten Up powder. So we've used all different products so far, and now we are on Essence. Essence makes some of my favorite products, and this Brighten Up powder has been really good for me under my eyes. It brightens, and it's thin, and it does not cause cakiness. Also, it does not accentuate my creases, and I've been using this almost more than anything else under my eyes, I have to say, which kind of shocks me, but it's true. So we've got our eyes sealed in now. Before we powder the rest of the face, I want to put our cream products on, and I'm going to go with the Milk Bronzer, and this shade is so tiny. I believe this is the lightest shade right here. So lots of people complained about the small size of this container. Doesn't bother me, because if you look at the total amount of product in here, actually it's a small size, but it contains the same amount of product. And we're using the e.l.f. Duo Complexion Brush, and see how easy this blends in. This is a little bit warmer than I personally prefer. I like a little bit more cool toned bronzer. However, I can work with it, and particularly if I'm going for a little bit more of a warmer look on my entire face. And you can see that it doesn't look super yellow once I blend it out, which is really, really nice. I actually did a tiny little bit of a nose contour here today. Look at me go. I saw that e.l.f. has a new nose contour brush. It's either coming soon or it's sold out because it's saying not available on the e.l.f. site, because I was gonna gobble that one up. There is our Milk Cream Bronzer, another product. For cream blush, we are going to go with Rare Beauty. This is actually a liquid blush, and this is in the shade Joy. This is a mini size, and I got this with some type of a gift set. So all you need is the tiniest amount right there for this blush. Use our e.l.f. again, and I do one cheek at a time because it is so very pigmented. This color is summer. It just screams, summer please, summer please. It's an orangey shade of blush, and I am so into corals and oranges this year. It is crazy. Last year I was all pink, and this year I'm going crazy over orange. So that gives you, I think it's a matte blush. However, I feel like it gives me a little bit of, I guess a glow is the right word. So another dab right here. And you see the tiniest little dot that I'm putting on with this Rare Beauty. Now watch this. Look at how far it goes. And I know you guys probably have Rare Beauty blushes. You've probably seen this. You've probably used them before. But every time I use this, I'm just really impressed all over again with this blush. This, believe it or not, is the only shade of Rare Beauty blush I have, and I really want to invest in more. I've got to use some of the products that I have right now, and once I get through some of those, I'll definitely invest. So we've got all of our cream products on. Let's go ahead and use Laura Mercier regular original powder. In my opinion, this is still one of the best powders out there, and I'm going to dip some. This is the transparent shade. I'm going to dip about this much into my cap, and I'm going to use my BK Beauty 103 brush. Get some, tap, and start swirling around here, the bottom part of my face. Setting the foundation. And swirl again. And I really want to get my forehead, the shine on my forehead down. Such a light, beautiful powder. I have two of these. I don't know what happened, but when I ordered from the Laura Mercier site, I pressed two instead of one, so I have enough to last for 10 years now. So that was Laura Mercier. For our clear eyebrow gel, we're gonna go with Kosas. I like to run this through these white brows. I am still considering microblading because I look on my videos and you just can't see them. They're invisible. I'm still thinking about it, and I know a person who's really good at it that I would trust to do it. Now to set our cream bronzer and liquid blush, we are going to go into powders. This is the NYX bronzer. So this is the matte bronzer, and I believe this is in the shade Light. So I don't want a super sculpted look. I'm gonna go back in with this big BK Beauty brush and just tap this out and really blend it all over my forehead. Just like that. Might need a little more right here. Get that forehead bronzed. And a tiny bit right here. Got some romantic smooth jazz from YouTube on here, my royalty-free YouTube music. I found that I actually enjoy the smooth jazz that they have on this channel. So I feel like this is a little bit more of that red undertone that I like in a bronzer. And I repurchased one of my very favorite blushes. The L'Oreal True Match blushes have been around for years. This is a new packaging, and Ulta had a buy one get one 50 sale. So I got this one. This is in the shade C56, I think soft peach or something like that. So this is the blush I'm using today. I only had one L'Oreal blush in my collection, and that was just unacceptable because I've used these so faithfully for so many years, for a long time. They were the only blushes that I had in my collection when I had a teeny tiny collection, and I love them. So I got 2 more shades during the Ulta sale. So nice peachy. I think that'll go good with our dress, don't you? For highlighter, we're going to use the Give by Gwen Stefani. I can't get enough of this. It is so subtle and so elegant looking. So I'm going to put it all up here, kind of in a C shape. It's a good tone for my skin. I just swirl it around all of these colors. And right here on my actual cheekbone, the top of it, is where I apply this. Very good. Gonna go in now with our first layer of setting spray. This is the Milani, another product, Make It Last. And now, I'm knocking my makeup over. I'm going to mush this in, and it's going to look seamless. No harsh lines, no streaks, no patches, no nothing. What did I, one moment please. This brings us to the next product that we're going to use, and that's the Lisa Eldridge Fawn Lip Liner. I want to go for a little more of a nudie lip today, but a little punch. If you're not familiar with the Lisa Eldridge formula and colors, Fawn is a nude beige peach. This is actually not much darker at all, if any, than my lip line. And lipstick today is going to be Pat McGrath. So this is the shade Negligee. Let me show it to you, this pretty bow. Some people criticize this packaging. I have no problem at all with this packaging. I think it's adorable. I decided to go with this instead of Lisa Eldridge Fawn lipstick because this is a little tad bit cooler, just a little bit. And that was the vibe I was going for. For lip gloss, another brand, Fenty. What is this, Fussy? I believe this is the shade Fussy. And I'm not a big lip gloss fan, but you wouldn't know that by looking at my collection and seeing what I've purchased lately. I'm gonna tap this right here. Smells so good. There, just a little shine in the middle of the lips. I don't want to look like my lips are dripping. All right, so we've got that. Now we are going to start working on these brows. And the first thing that I'm going to do is kind of get a base going. This is the Maybelline Express Brow, and I recently purchased this brow pencil and tinted brow mascara in a darker shade. So I thought I would highlight this today since it went on really well the first time I used it. I like this better than the L'Oreal that I tried recently. The L'Oreal, I just kept having to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get any pigment to lay down. This Maybelline Of course, having a hot flash right in the middle of eyebrow application is never ideal. So I said we were not going to duplicate products and I lied to you. I am so sorry. We're going to use the Milk Cushion. We've already used the Milk Cream Bronzer. But I'm so impressed with this Cush. If I could just get it open. All right, I can get that off. One moment, please. There we go. This is a new product from Milk. And this is how it is shaped. And it is more of a, I don't want to say waxy. It is a combination of waxy and powdery, you guys. And I believe for fluffier, less precise brow looks, which I believe, I can't keep up with the brow phases that are going on, but I believe for those looks which are trending right now, this is going to be great. I know for my really light eyebrows, this is great because I use the pencil to kind of define and get a base going, and then I kind of color in with this product. I think it looks really good. Nice. So, I did use one product twice. I am so sorry to disappoint you guys. For a tinted brow gel, I'm going to use the Oma brow gel. I like the brow gel side of this. I don't like the brow pencil side of this. So, I've been combining it with other pencil products that I like. And that way I'm still able to get use out of this. I certainly want to repurchase this in a darker shade and see if I can get the pencil part to show it because it's affordable and I do love the brow gel. So let's now use a NYX Jumbo Stick. What is the shade on this? Iced Latte. I am going to apply this under this brow and a little bit on top. And clean these brows up. Here I just said I wanted the natural brow and now I'm cleaning the brows up. I know, we women, we can't make up our mind sometimes. Use this kind of a little firm brush to blend this shade in. I've been enjoying using these kinds of products because sometimes the concealer, it's too brightening and it's easy to go overboard and have too much concealer, and you don't want too much of anything with mature eyelids. Okay, brows are done. Fun part, ABH Cosmos palette. Man, if y'all didn't see that look I made using this shade right here as a base and then this shade on top of it, go look at that video. That's pretty inspiring. We're going to start, surprise, surprise, with Space Dust. And I'm going to work in light layers. I don't want to get in a hurry. I allowed myself plenty of time to get dolled up for this. Hopefully y'all are either playing with your own makeup or you're maybe reading or you're doing some light work around the house. We're just spending time together. Do y'all have any weddings that you'll be going to this month? June is the month for weddings. I'm so excited that I am able to go to 2 weddings. I've really missed being at weddings. Such a joyful occasion. The wedding that we went to a couple weeks ago was so beautiful, and the venue that they had for the reception was out of this world. I've never been to a wedding where there's like this fancy cocktail or hour and all of the hors d'oeuvres being passed around, and an itinerary telling you what the schedule is for the evening events, the champagne toast. I've just never been to anything so fancy, and I was really, really so appreciative that we were invited and that we were able to share in that. I'm going to take now the Refer 14 brush. We're going into Comet, which is right here. And we're going to darken up things a little bit, and we're going to start becoming a little bit more precise, a little bit lower here. Pardon my sniffles. I'm finally, I think, over the worst of that cold that I got. I think I got it at the wedding, which was worth it. It was worth it. I don't know where you all live, but here in Florida, the rain. We have gotten several inches of rain. Had some flooding around here. And we haven't even really gotten into the heart of hurricane season yet. We have one old school, old-fashioned drive-in theater here in Ocala. It's been here probably since the 50s. And they've managed to stay afloat, and people have continued to support them, and they got totally flooded. I saw on my alerts that they had a press conference, so after I finish this, I want to watch that and see if they're planning on trying to reopen or what the deal is. It would be a shame if they had to close up. So we're going to take our Refer 13 now, and we're going to go into Mars, which is right here. We're deepening up ever so slightly again, going back into the corner here. Really starting to get some depth, some dimension, layering up. Today I want to do a little bit more of an ethereal look with this palette. The last time I did a really dark, dramatic, smoky look. So I just want to show you all the range of this palette. Don't know if you all have seen the new Manny and Laura Lee eyeshadow palette. What do y'all think about that one? Are y'all planning on getting that one? I do have the Nude Prism palette by Manny MUA, and I adore it. I considered using it today for this look. I adore that palette. It's beautiful. I also have the Glaminatrix Nearly, is it Nearly Nudes or Nearly Natural? Glaminatrix is an Australian brand, and I had wanted that palette for so long, but it was out of stock immediately, almost after it went on sale last year. So I've been biding my time, waiting. Came back in stock, man, when was it? Beginning of April. I ordered it as soon as I saw it. I think I had signed up for an alert, and I ordered it, and it took several weeks to get to me. Let's see here, honestly, how long did it take? Less than a month, I guess. Because it has to come from Australia, you have to be patient. And my patience was rewarded with a beautiful palette. And some people have been showing the Glaminatrix palette against the picture of the new palette with Laura Lee and Manny MUA, and they've been saying that they feel like they have all of those colors in the Glaminatrix palette. The Glaminatrix palette is what, only maybe 15 shadows. The Manny MUA and Laura Lee, I think it has closer to 20. We're going to work on the bottom line now. I'm gonna go real precise with this Refer 03 brush and the shade Mars. And right here in the outer part, very close to the lash line, I'm gonna put that. So anyway, people were saying, you know, they think they already have this palette pretty much. So I got my Glaminatrix palette out, but I also got my Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette out by Manny MUA. And I feel like between those two palettes, I pretty much have all of those shades. There are a couple. There is a brassy gold color that looks beautiful. So there's a couple, and you know, they're not going to be totally exact. It's just the vibe, the look. Let's take a larger pencil brush. This is the Refer 26, and let's go into a combination of Comet and Space Dust, those lighter shades, and let's smoke this Mars shade out here under the lid. So I would love to know what y'all think. Do y'all have either of the other two palettes? Are you planning on getting the Manny Laura palette? They also have a blush and highlighter palette, which I'm not really into blush palettes. I guess I could try them. You know, it's not that I'm against it, just not ventured there yet. They also have two lipsticks, so cute. One of them is Mora, which is a combination of Manny and Laura, and the other one is Lanny, a combination of Laura and Manny. So cute. I'm gonna take this Refer 15 again with Space Dust and just kind of smoke everything, not smoke, just blend everything really nice and seamlessly here. Are there any other new launches y'all are interested in? Too Faced is launching another one of those palettes, kind of like the Sunset Stripped palette, that kind of color story. And so other people are saying that the ABH Cosmos palette is kind of covering that for them, so they're not going to get it. I just want to add a little something here, make it, I don't want to say less brown, but I just want to add some interest. So I'm going to use this shade Eclipse right here. This is a deep, dusty, plummy purple. And we're going to kind of brighten, or not brighten, darken and further just rev up the interest with this look here. I love like coppery, bronzy brown and purple together. And they're in the same palette, so they have to go together, right? What do you think? I think it adds a little something. All right, let's do the other eye then. Try not to make weird faces. I tell you, watching myself back on these videos is humbling. Really is. Very humbling. Yay. All right, so I'm not going to put any more on this Refer 15. We're just going to go around again very softly. Make sure that I'm not missing any little things. All right, got a hair in my mouth. So for eyeliner, Charlotte Tilbury, this is Walk of No Shame, and it was between this and the Pillow Talk eyeliner. I feel like this has a little bit more of a cool vibe, so we're going to deepen this even more. And today I'm in the mood for a little bit of a thicker line up here. Oh yeah. While I'm up here, might as well do the waterline, upper and lower. Okay, I'm going to get a angle brush That's what an angle brush looks like. And I'm just gonna smooth this out. This does dry down pretty quickly, so that's nice, but I can still mold it a little bit. Oh, see the difference between those two eyes, you guys? It's the little things, it really is. Now, let's do the other eye. Why don't I do wings? Because I'm not really good at them. I need to work on them a little bit more, just like my false eyelash application. All right, tight line. And a waterline here. Another angle brush. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed this as an eyeliner. Not a lot of people talk about Charlotte Tilbury eyeliners. Inner corner, I am going to take a shade from this Desert Lights palette by Flower Beauty, using yet another brand. I'm going to take this lightest shade right here with my finger, and I want this to be kind of punchy. And so I'm going to apply it right there. Immediate impact. If y'all do not have this Flower Beauty, I think it's up to $20 now. It's worth $60, in my opinion. I got it on sale. I think it was buy one, 50% off. I got this and Desert Lights. So I got it on sale. Flower Beauty does go on sale from time to time. I hope they never, ever get rid of these palettes. They're so good. For the lid, woo, we're going to use a combination of these two right here. So we have Sun and Orion, and Sun is a little bit deeper and it is a duochrome. We're going to place this on the outer portion. Right there. Oh man, oh, I really want to use that on my whole lid, but no, I have to show you guys as many colors as possible. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I love makeup. I love it. It's just fun. Remember when you were a little girl and you enjoyed playing dress up with your mom's shoes and playing in your mom's closet? This brings out the little girl in me. I just love it. Oh my goodness, look at this other one. It has bigger flecks of glitter in it. Oh, it's so pretty. This is Orion. Oh, oh my goodness. This palette and the Natasha Denona Yucca palette are the palettes of the year, I think. It's only June, but I can see these palettes being in a lot of people's top 10. Now, let's take our angle brush again. Hello? Where did you go? There you are. And let's go into Orion, the pink with the bigger sparkles. And let's add it right here in the center. Probably can't see that on camera very well, but I hope it doesn't look like glitter fell on my eye, but I think it looks pretty good. Now, you know what I didn't realize with all of this? I lost my eyeliner. I did. Don't know why I did it that way. So let's bring it back some. That was silly, Carla. Okay, yeah, very subtle, but some definition. Okay. For lower lashes, Cali Ray, Come Hell or High Water. I have determined how best to use this because the first few times I used it, I feel like it just got really clumpy and too much was coming out of the tube. It was making my eyelashes look really like they were clumped together and not natural at all. So what I did was I started like really, after I get it out of the tube, I kind of wipe it off really good. And I have to slow down and try to do a super light layer on my lashes. I have really baby fine lashes, and especially on this eye right here on the outside, uh-oh, boo-boo, they do not want to be coated. Angle brush. There. It was a little clump. So you guys, I'm trying my, I got another clumpy, but we'll fix that in a minute. I am trying really hard to work with this mascara because I've seen so many people love it, but struggling. For upper lashes, Tower 28 is what we're going to use. So I've successfully used all these different products. I'm so excited. Wanted to just showcase a lot of different things today in this look. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. All right, I am going to just do some blending and touching up, put my dress on. We'll see what I do with my hair. I'll come back, we'll look at the finished look. All right, this is the finished look using a full face of all different products, and another look with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmos palette. I'm ready to go witness a wedding. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye-bye.